guys, this is the Retro Flora podcast. I'm Brenda.
And I'm Charmy, and we're just two crazy sisters with an opinion and a channel.
If you like true crime, conspiracies, and supernatural then this is your channel. Happy holidays, Grinches!
It's the second week of December. Hope you got your shopping in.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people have not gotten their shopping in. I talked to my coworkers and half of them have not started.
Well, that sucks for them.
Alright, so today, I know normally I do a true crime, but today I have been asked by more than one person to do a video on sleep paralysis. Have you ever experienced sleep paralysis?
Yeah, I did have that happen to me.
I've had it happen to me multiple times in different places, not always in my room. Sometimes I'll be at other people's houses and it happens.
It's like the worst to have me somewhere else.
Yeah, it was. The first time I had it, it was somewhere else. And don't worry, we're going to tell you our sleep paralysis stories. But first, we're going to dive into sleep paralysis and scientifically, what is sleep paralysis?
Well, let's get into this.
About 8% of the general population, 8 out of every 100 people, will experience sleep paralysis during their lifetimes. Studies show between 25 to 50% of Americans have experienced sleep paralysis or at least once. So what exactly is sleep paralysis? You guys...
Side note. What's her name? Kendall Jenner also has sleep paralysis.
Yeah, I'm going to get into it. So you're going to see why some people have it more than others. Side note, I'm probably not going to be saying sleep paralysis multiple times. I'm probably going to just say SP. So SP stands for sleep paralysis.
Just so you know.
SP is a temporary inability to move or speak while falling asleep or upon wakening. It is a feeling of being conscious but unable to move. It happens when a person passes between stages of wakefulness and sleep. It is a sign your body is not moving smoothly through the stages of sleep. Sleep researchers believe sleep paralysis is caused by a disturbed REM or rapid eye movement cycle, because most people are going into it or coming out of REM sleep when they experience SP. During the REM sleep cycle, the brain paralyzes your muscles, aka atonia. So if you're dreaming, you don't act it out. Atonia typically ends when you wake up, so you aren't even aware your muscles are paralyzing. REM sleep consists of vivid dreaming and atonia. There are two types of sleep paralysis. Isolated, which is when you get sleep paralysis without any signs of other sleep disorders, example, narcolepsy. Up to 40% of people have experienced isolated SP. So I'm thinking that it's 40% of the 8% of people who have experienced sleep paralysis.
40% of 8?
Of the 8% of the population. So 8% of the population experiences it. And out of that, 40% of it is isolated.
That was like throwing numbers at me.
Sorry. Yeah, I figured I'd break that down so that they wouldn't be like, well, you said 8%, but then you said 40%. And it's a lot of percentages. So I want to be specifically clear on what the percentages mean. Isolated SP can be accompanied with intense and vivid hallucinations. Reoccurrent SP is when you have multiple SP episodes over time. It can be associated with narcolepsy, and it happens at least twice in a 6-month period. So most people have it more than twice in a 6-month period, but if you have it at least twice in a 6-month period, then it would be reoccurrent.
I think I only had it once.
Well, congratulations. You're in the 8% that... No, I'm just kidding. Well, we're all in the
So mine's isolating. Or is it? I don't know.
No, it's isolated because you've only had it once. It's not reoccurrent. I've had it more than once, but honestly, not that close in the 6-month period. So I think I've had it like maybe twice in one night.
Dang.
I know, but I haven't.
I didn't have it twice in one night, but yeah, I could feel it coming on.
Same.
But I didn't have it twice in one night, no.
No, I had it twice in one night. It sucked. And that was literally recently. That was like in September. Reoccurrent SP can be also associated with anxiety or fear related to sleep, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, poor sleep or sleep disruption, and certain personality traits.
Wait, your personality traits can give you sleep paralysis?
It's actually very interesting because I was reading, it said that people who have like imaginative personality traits, like people who daydream a lot, are more likely to experience SP. So what does sleep paralysis feel like? During SP, you are aware of your surroundings, but you cannot move or speak. You, however, can still move your eyes and breathe. Some people report difficulties breathing, chest pressure, panic, and hallucinations. well, 75% of people who experience sleep paralysis suffer from the hallucination.
Yeah, I didn't have that part.
Lucky you, because that's all I ever have. The hallucinations can occur as hypnagogic, which means it's happening as you're falling asleep, or hypnopomic, which means it occurs when you're waking up. These hallucinations fall into 3 categories. Intruder, in which a dangerous person or presence is in the room. Chest pressure or incubus hallucinations, where a person may feel like they are being suffocated or feel a sensation like someone is sitting on their chest.
That's me.
Oh,
I feel like the world is just pulling me down.
Oh. I mean, I felt it a little bit, but it didn't really feel like somebody was sitting on my chest. It just felt like I couldn't breathe. Like my airway was blocked. Yeah. Or vestibular motor hallucinations, which is a feeling of movement such as flying or out-of-body sensation. Some people believe SP is a paranormal or supernatural phenomenon dealing with ghosts, alien visits, demon/demonic possessions, shadow people, and you can see the Retro Floor TikTok for more information on that topic, or black magic. So now we're going to get into the history of sleep paralysis, like the folklore and everything that comes with it.
Okay, so it's not actually like the first person who got sleep paralysis.
No, we don't know who that is. They didn't record it.
Or the first documented. Because just because they say they're the first doesn't mean they are.
Okay, but then that goes the same with the documented. We don't know that.
Yeah, I mean, like that. But like, it's the first documented, like, you know how I say America, H.H. Holmes was the first serial killer, but I'm pretty sure there were more serial killers before then. Yeah, You're just like the first documented one, you know?
Yeah, kind of the first. Did they even have the term serial killer when he came out?
I don't know. Probably not, actually.
The history of sleep paralysis. Up until the 19th century, SP was referred to as a nightmare. The earliest writings about SP dated back to 2400 BC in Mesopotamia.
History!
They believed a demon referred to as an incubus was the cause. It was believed that an incubus would sit on your chest and induce horrific dreams and made sure you couldn't move. There are many folklores in many cultures that involve SP.
I thought an incubus was the male version of a succubus.
Girl, I don't know. I'm just telling you what I research, okay?
Okay. Because I heard that when I first heard the word incubus, it was like, it's the male version of a succubus. I was like, I didn't know they had a name for that.
In Scandinavia, 13th century, SP was caused by a supernatural creature called a mare. A mare is a damned woman who is cursed. She sits on people's rib cages while they are sleeping and causes nightmares. In Albania, they believe and I'm not sure how to say this, but a maktai, which is Albanian for nightmare. So they believe a maktai is a male spirit with a golden fez hat. I'm sorry. Once you look at what a golden fez hat is, it's kind of funny to me that he's just
right here
walking around with this. Who appears to tired and distressed women and stops them from moving. I don't know why he only appears to tired and distressed women, but that's what he does.
He's sexist.
It is believed that if you take his hat, he will grant you a wish.
If he's sitting on you.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking when I read it. I was like, does the sleep paralysis, does it have like a time period before it affects me? You know what I mean? Because I'm supposed to take his hat.
It's like a genie kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess so.
But evil.
Yeah.
I guess genies are already I don't know.
And he sits on your head. Sorry, he sits on your chest. There are also talismans that you can use that can protect you from him. For example, putting your husband's hat next to your pillow while sleeping. So apparently, if he know you got a man, he ain't coming.
So it's just us single ladies that need to worry about him.
Yeah. In Egypt, it is referred to as a jinn or genie.
You know what? I've heard so many different versions of jinn or genie, so throw it at me.
Who terrorizes and even kills its victims. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that version too.
In South Africa, it is a state caused by black magic that involves a dwarf-like creature called a takolash?
Yeah, I think a takolash.
Yeah, I don't know if saying this name multiple times will do anything, so we should probably just stop saying it. You never know.
Is that word. Okay.
In Italy, they believe it is caused by a pan de fece, which is an evil witch or cat-like creature that sits on his victim's chest. The only way to avoid her is to keep a bag of sand grains or beans close to the bed so she will stop and count them.
What?
So, I don't know.
What? That's like the weirdest one.
I'm pretty sure you gotta have a lot of beans, because if you only have a bag that has like 5 beans, I don't feel like that's gonna be entertaining enough for her.
And what? She got nothing better to do?
No, she wants to count sand and beans. And finally, the most common believed creature, the night hag or the old hag. It is a folklore found in Newfoundland, Canada, and believed in Georgia and South Carolina. She is described as a wrinkled, withered old woman, almost witch-like, with long hair. She enters your room, crawls to the foot of your bed, and then sits on your chest so you cannot breathe or move. She may try to seduce you or even try to kill you. So basically, they all have like this similar, like,
sit on you,
yeah. Also, this picture, Charmy, of that little weird demon-looking dude that's sitting on people's chests, because he has a little mustache, and I could not stop laughing at his mustache.
Oh my god!
Like, if he was sitting on my chest, I would literally be like, "Get the off of me!" Like, bro, how can I take you seriously? But I guess in at nighttime and waking up and he's sitting on your
just
chest,
see that.
you're probably gonna be like, you need to go. Like, you are not welcome here. Your mustache is ridiculous. No. Oh my god, if you have boobs, that means they're sitting on your boobs too. Like, they're just sitting on your whole chest and boobs included.
So they're perverts.
Freaks. They're probably, depending on
how big... we should say they probably come to our chest tonight.
Right. You know what? Depending on how big your boobs are, you might have a good cushion for them sitting on you. I know mine are big, so they're gonna have plenty of cushion. And that's all the information I have on sleep paralysis.
Well, the history of sleep and all the creatures that come with it.
So now let's get into some like people's stories of their experiences of sleep paralysis. So I got this one from BuzzFeed from Holly H49AC058B2.
That's one heck of a username.
It says, the first time it happened to me was when I went for a nap during the day. I was lying on my side facing away from my door when I woke up to the sound of my door closing. I tried to turn to see who had come into my room, but I couldn't move. My eyes were wide with terror. I couldn't see anything. I could see everything in my room. I heard the thing walk around my room. Then it sat on my bed, and I can feel the bed dip from its weight. It then shuffled towards me, and it felt like it began to spoon me. It was extremely tall. I was trying to move so hard, but I was just lying still. The thing started breathing on my neck and tickling my back. Oh, hell no.
You mean like tickling?
Girl, I don't really think it matters. The thing is touching me. Then it stood up and left after a few minutes. This was the most terrifying thing that has ever happened to me. Yeah, that is kind of creepy, because first of all, like, even if you are a nice sleep paralysis demon and you wanted to like cuddle, I feel like you need to ask for permission. And the answer is no.
I mean, you're sleeping. He's not gonna ask for permission.
I'm just saying, he just seemed like he wanted to cuddle, but how he went about it was not right. This one was submitted by Amber Lyons via Facebook. It happens every time I fall asleep on my back. I wake up and I can't tell if my eyes are open or shut, but I can see my whole room. A dark presence is lurking on top of my wardrobe. And as soon as I notice it, I try to scream, but I can't scream. I can't move. The darkness slithers down the side of my wardrobe, across the floor, and looms over the end of my bed. Then it creeps all over me, trying to invade every orifice.
What the fuck?
I feel an immense pressure, like it has pinned me down and is pushing its way into my ears, eyes, and mouth. The darkness then screams a terrible screech into my face, and I try to scream until eventually I manage to jerk my head and everything disappears. And I'm alone in the darkness. It is the most terrifying of experices. Yo, what's going on?
That's pretty freaking scary.
What's going on with you guys asleep paralysis demons? Like, they be wanting to touch y'all. Like, can y'all back up? Y'all need to know what consent is and personal space. But yeah, that is so creepy. And the crazy thing is, because we're gonna tell our, you don't have any.
Well, I have one that I remember.
I have one of my sleep paralysis. I have that thing like going down my throat, so I know what it feels like for it to be like pushing its way inside of you. It was so creepy. This one's submitted by Lola. My worst experience with sleep paralysis was after I had been up all night doing an essay. When I finished, I immediately dozed off. The next thing I knew, I thought I had completely woken up, except for there was a shadow demon looming over the edge of my bed. It didn't have a face, but I could feel it staring at me, and it felt like pure evil. I tried with my whole body to scream, but nothing came out, which only made me panic more. I felt like the demon was about to attack me. Then its head twitched to the side and he pounced on my chest, sort of thrashing at me. It felt like it was suffocating me. I tried to close my eyes again and put all my energy into trying to wake up and move my body, the whole time with the demon hallucination still attacking me. When I was finally fully awake, I laid in bed for about half an hour shaking and next to tears. It was probably the scariest thing I've ever experienced. I thought it was a really vivid nightmare until a few months later when I read my first post about sleep paralysis.
What does pure evil feel like?
I don't like that it was twitching its head from the side. I just imagine it going like what's going on, homie? This one's from Reddit and it's from You Don't Know Me Dog.
I take it back. That's the best username.
I posted before, but here it is again. I've had it several times, but the absolute worst was this. I woke up to the front door opening and thought it was weird that my dog didn't bark. I tried to wake my husband up, but I couldn't move. My eyes were open and I could see him in bed next to me, lying on his side, facing away from me. But I couldn't move or speak to get his attention. I heard the rustle of blue jeans rubbing together as someone walked through the living room and into the kitchen. The refrigerator door opened and I heard someone getting a piece of ham out. Then I heard the dog eating it. What?
Yeah.
I tried to scream, tried to nudge my husband, tried to move, tried everything, but I was frozen. I somehow knew then that my husband was dead. Not sure why or how, but I knew he wasn't alive. Whoa. I heard the heavy footsteps of boots coming towards the bedroom, so I closed my eyes and pretended to be asleep, all while still trying to reach out and touch my husband. I figured out it was a man. He came around the foot of the bed to my side, and even though I couldn't turn and look, I knew he was there. I kept my eyes closed and tried not to let him see the tears. Then he leaned over me. I could smell the alcohol in his breath as he leaned up to my ears and said, "Honey, he's already gone and you're next." And that was it. And some comment put, "How do you know it was ham? Does ham have a certain sound?"
But like, that's the question you asked.
Yeah.
But, like, was her husband really dead?
I know. I have so many questions.
Was this sleep paralysis or did someone just break into your house?
I think what's so creepy to me is the fact that he's casually just going through your house, like going in your refrigerator. Not sure how you could tell he took out the ham. I'm assuming maybe he smelled it on him.
But also not even the ham, the jeans. How you only wearing black jeans? He's like, I can hear blue jeans rubbing together. Like, could be red. You know, they were blue
going,
has a sound.
They were going like blue, 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 blue.
No.
Yeah, that is kind of scary, especially him leaning over and being like, "He's gone and you're next." Like,
and he was drinking alcohol.
Yeah, so
this demon was drinking.
This demon he wild. I don't like him. Okay, this one's from XI Rumi. My first and only time was when I was sleeping in the same bed as my cousin on his mom's beach house. Funny enough, when I woke up, I realized that I couldn't move, but I did not hallucinate or anything. I just waited till I could move. The best part is I managed to look at my cousin without moving my head, and he was also paralyzed. He was just staring at me, his face screaming in despair. Good times. This person ends just with good times. You just both just like staring at each other like, please help me. Like,
we're like, why? What's up with that beach house?
This one is To the 10th Power. Went and saw The Nun, and it had way too many jump scares. Went to bed thinking of ways the movie could have been more scarier, and fell asleep thinking about how creepy it would have been for the nun to just appear floating over your head. Ended up having the nun floating down towards me and this powerful blast of air pinning me to the bed. Ew, hopefully that air didn't smell bad.
I just think of The Conjuring where like she was floating over the mom, and she just threw up in her mouth.
If you throw up in my mouth.
It's gonna be like the scene from Family Guy, like, blah, blah.
If you throw up in my mouth, when I die, I'm whooping your for eternity, okay? Oh, do not throw up in my mouth. That's disrespectful, okay? Figure out another way to haunt me, but don't do that.
Yeah, that's so disgusting.
Okay, and this is the last one. I got it from thoughtcatalog.com. And it's by Defroy. When I was in the army, I was sleeping in the top bunk when I had sleep paralysis. First, I hallucinated seeing my buddy come into the room looking for me, approaching the bed and looking at me while his face slowly turned weirdly evil with long teeth. Then hands came up from around the bed and started grabbing me. I was awake the whole time with my eyes open but couldn't move. I was trying to scream, "Wake me up," because there were other people in the room when it happened. Eventually they heard me mumbling and woke me up. One of the scariest things that's ever happened to me. Yeah, the whole turning of the head slowly already freaks me out.
And no eye lady. Yeah,
that's what I was thinking of, the Greg thread, when she's just like staring and then she just turns like no. And then for you to have long sharp teeth, it's a wrap for me.
Maybe he has canine teeth.
If all of your teeth are canine teeth, then I don't want to talk to you.
Well, dang.
I'm scared. You have sharp
against dogs.
You have sharp, pointy teeth. I don't want to talk to you. Wait, there's a movie. What movie is it? Oh, it's Sleepy Hollow. When that one dude has super sharp teeth. Like, no.
Also in Hunger Games, Catching Fire.
Oh yes, Ibaria or something like that. She had it. Yeah, no, thank you.
But how do you not rip people's throats?
How do you not bite your lip?
I don't bite my lip.
You don't ever bite the skin off your lip?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. How do you do that? Yeah, and also biting your lip for other reasons.
Okay, we're gonna ignore that.
Okay, and so those are the stories that we have. I mean, there's so many more out there, but we just chose those. And now we're going to tell you our stories. I guess I'll go first.
Well, I guess I should go first since mine's really short.
Okay, we can go
I just remember, like, I was laying there and I could feel, like, it coming. Like, my body felt like it was dead weight. Mm-hmm. And I, like, this is what happened. It felt like that, and then I, like, snap out of it real quick. And I told Brenda, hey, if I'm not moving for, like, a very long time, I want you to, like, push me, like, wake me up, you know? And so I go to sleep, and it happened. Like, I'm in sleep paralysis. I can't move. It feels like the world is just pressing on me. Like, all the gravity is just forcing me down. I can't open my eyes. I can't do anything. And, like, I'm panicking. And finally, it just, like, breaks. And I get up, and I'm like, Brenda, why didn't you wake me? And she's like, how am I supposed to know to wake you? I might think you're just sleeping.
Yeah, I literally thought she was sleeping. I was like, how am I supposed to know that you're having sleep paralysis? Like, am I supposed to stand over you until you fall asleep?
Yes.
No,
I should have had a time limit. 5 minutes in, you need to wake me.
But what if it was 5 minutes in? It's different when you're sleeping.
Like Inception, 5 minutes is an hour.
Right.
It's sleep world.
All I could think of is what you want me to be is like Patrick when he's standing over looking down. Like, that's what I think.
Yes,
I think you want.
I need you to shake me, but you didn't shake me.
Yeah, girl, I literally didn't know you were having sleep paralysis. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it usually doesn't happen. Well, for me, it did happen back to back, so never mind. I don't know why I didn't help you. Well, because I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
All right, my sleep paralysis story. I'll just tell you my first one because this is the one that just stays with me. So basically, I was at my aunt's house, me and Charmy, and she had just moved into that place like maybe like 2 weeks before. And so we were in there. And we were sleeping on air mattresses. So I was laying on the air mattress, and all of a sudden I saw my younger sister walk by, and I was like, wait, she's not here. Like, what the heck? And then all of a sudden a force just pushed me down onto the mattress, and I just see like this creepy demonic girl, like low-key looking like The Ring or The Grudge, and she just starts crawling up my body. Then she gets to like my face and she starts crawling down my throat, and I could just feel her hair going down my throat, and I'm just like going like that. So I'm like, wake up, wake up, wake up. So I wake up, and then I can't move, and I like literally like turn my eyes to the side to see like if like Charmy's awake or if anybody's like awake right now, because I was asleep. I didn't realize I had fallen asleep since my dream was like so casual. And I literally was frozen like that for 15 minutes. Honestly, I couldn't even tell you if there was a shadow figure in the room, because as soon as I turned shifted my eyes to the clock and I realized I couldn't move, I just started closing my eyes and praying. So I don't know, something could have been there. I was not looking, didn't want to know, but I was stuck like that for 15 minutes.
Whose aunt house is this? Like, which aunt was this?
I'm not gonna say her name on.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
I'll tell you later.
Yeah, but like, I don't remember having a new house. So sleeping on the floor.
Well, we're sleeping on air mattresses.
Okay, same thing.
But yeah, that was my first sleep paralysis, and then literally a month ago I had it too, and I could just feel it coming on. But I could feel like, obviously I was stuck in the paralysis mode, and I could just feel like I just felt uneasy. So. Yeah, I had it. I was like, okay, well, there's no way I'm gonna have it again. So I went back to sleep, and yeah, I had it again. So that's that. So yeah, that's this episode on sleep paralysis. Also, before we go, I actually forgot to mention it because I had read something, and it was talking about like the different cultures and their folklores on sleep paralysis. and it was talking about a reason why a lot of people were getting sleep paralysis is because like the stories that people would tell related to sleep paralysis, and then people would like subconsciously be afraid of those stories and then dream about it and it would happen to them. I know, it's very interesting. So it's not a lot of information on sleep paralysis. They still can't explain why it happens. Like they can tell you what is happening, but they can't really tell you why it's specifically happening to you, unless you have like a sleep disorder, like then they can. But yeah, what do you think?
I think SP is scary.
I think so too. I think like it is supernatural, but it can be explained like with science. Yeah, like I feel like it can be a force that's trying to like take over you, but it does it physically too. Like there's a supernatural side to it, and then there's the physical side to it. So.
Yeah,
that's all about sleep paralysis. Comment you guys' like scary sleep paralysis stories if it's ever happened to you. But if it's like about the nun floating over you, don't, because I'm already scared about that.
Yeah, the nun is a pretty scary. Like, yeah. The movie, like The Conjuring 2, I couldn't take seriously. But just the picture of the nun, like the way she looks, freaks the hell out of me.
Yeah, I do not like those little pranks where you're in the bathroom and the lights go out and then they come on and the nun's behind you. Because I'm really punching a nun. Like, I'm really not playing with you. Do not come up on me like that.
It was a whole, like, a few years ago prank. A whole bunch of people were doing that.
Yeah, no, that's the best way to get your up, so don't do it, okay? Well, you've made it to the end.
You must really like the sounds of our high-pitched voices and quirky commentary.
You might as well like and subscribe to our channel and hit that bell to be notified every time we drop new content. If you want to follow our social medias, they will be linked in the description box below.
Bye!
Happy holidays!